Well, hello everybody. It is live. We are live now, and I am Catherine from California. And this we are entrepreneurs online that have a business online, and we have this is my team that's down below in the panel, and we're from all over the place, Canada and from the U.S. and everywhere. So it's an international panel. And we are like-minded, and every week we have some kind of topic that we discuss, and then by somebody different each time. So we just go through our members, and each person gets a time to talk. And so then today we are going to, I'll be showing everybody who's on the panel. So let me start with Carol.
Yeah, hi, I'm Carol Makowski. I'm from upstate New York. I'm at the other end of the house from Ellie, whom you'll meet in just a moment. I'm also an online marketer, business person. And as Catherine said, we do this once a week, so let's get on with it.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, next we have Danny.
Hey, Catherine. Hi, I'm Danny Kluche of DannyKluche.com, and I'm also an online entrepreneur and part of this gang, so I'm excited to hear what Catherine has to talk to us about tonight.
Thank you, Danny. Now there's Ellie.
Hi, Ellie Walsh here, upstate New York. I am at the other house. I'm at the same house, at the other end of the house, from Carol. And you know, we have a home-based business, an online business. I just want to note that this is a bold team, and sometimes people say, you know, what's that bold about? And it's belief, opportunity, lifestyle, and destiny. So, and we work as a team, helping each other grow our business. So I'm excited to be here, and we're going to learn how to be productive tonight.
Thank you, Ellie. And now there's Jamie.
Hello, Jamie Donnelly, New Jersey, Internet Mogul. I am really excited to learn some productivity tips since I am like ADD of productivity during the day. I lose myself, so I'm looking forward to this very much, Catherine.
Well, thank you, Jamie. And now we have Julie.
Hey girls, how are you? Doing good? Okay. Yeah, I'm Julie, and I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, and glad to be here with you girls, and been in the internet marketing for a while now, and I'm excited to learn some new things on the webcast tonight.
Thank you, Julie. Now there's Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle Eves. I am an affiliate marketer, certified content marketing specialist, and I am really looking forward to tonight. Had an all day yesterday to work on my business and totally didn't do anything I was supposed to do. So I really need tonight. Thank you, Catherine, for this topic.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Okay, well, today we're doing 10 tips for being more productive working from home. You know how hard it is working from home when you have all these distractions, like the refrigerator and other things that you could be doing, like taking your dogs for a walk instead of working. So anyway, so tip number one that I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the tips, and then the panel will, I'm sure, will be able to ring in after I'm done, and they'll probably have a lot more tips to talk about too, or things to talk about. So number one tip is prioritize your tasks ahead of time. Schedule your tasks in order of importance so that you can spend the most time on the pressing ones. Prioritize your day so that you don't waste your time answering email or making calls that you don't, while the rest of the things you have to do slide. Number two is set goals for your day. As you plan, set goals for what you want to accomplish. Set like 3 to 5 goals, depending on if you have something hard and lots of steps, and you can do 3 non-negotiable goals. But if you have something that's easier to do, then you can do 5 goals for the day. This will, you may not get everything done, but you can set and meet reasonable goals. Number 3 is family interruptions are the reason that most businesses are unproductive. Your family has to realize that though you are working from home, You may not be, I mean, you're still at work. So you know how family want to always think because you're home, they'll come in and with every emergency, even though it's not an emergency. So you need to sit down with your family and make sure they understand that you need a set amount of time to do your work, to run your business, so you'll be able to make a lot of money. And then number 4 is turn off distractions such as TV and radio, or even social media can be a distraction at times. Do you ever say to yourself, what happened to the day? It could be very well be distractions like the radio or the TV or social sites like Facebook that suck your time if you don't watch out. Turn off these distractions while you are focusing on your business, and if you can't, then go to another part of the house where it's where it's quieter. Like maybe you have somebody that's watching TV and they're watching it in your room, so go somewhere else that's quieter. Number 5 is schedule fun time. Have you heard the saying, all work and no play makes somebody that's not fun? Many home business owners forget to have fun, which will help them function well with their business. Because you work harder when you work from home, you need to make a point to take some time to do something fun, or to do something you enjoy. The fun time will allow you to return to work and be able to have a fresh outlook. Number 6, try multitasking menial tasks, not the main tasks. If you have downtime, like if you're answering phone calls or waiting at the printer to print a document, use this time to do menial tasks that don't require brain creativity, such as exercising in place or cleaning your desk. The time you save by multitasking can allow you to get more work done. Number 7 is determine your power hours, the time during the day that you are most productive. Productivity is a balance between time and energy. Have you ever asked yourself why sometimes you struggle to complete a task one day, but the next it's like accomplished in half the time? Using your most productive times to create and expand energy will help you accomplish so much more during the day. Number 8, hang with fellow superachievers. Have you heard the expression, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room? You need to surround yourself with like-minded, high-energy people, and this will make you rise to their level. Try to weed out in your professional life people, colleagues, and friends who don't energize you. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of them, but you need to be mindful of who you choose to spend the majority of your time with. Like, we are like-minded, so we love spending time together, this team, because we go off each other and we have lots of we just do lots of ideas. Number 9 is prepare for tomorrow before you head to bed. Taking the time to plan out at least the first few steps to your day can let you jump straight into the work tomorrow. Also, making a head start part of your evening routine lets you make far more effective decisions about your priorities. The choices we make in a moment aren't always the same if we are giving them distance. So we may have time to think about them if we give them distance and think about them the night before instead of just doing it suddenly in the morning. You can think of what's more important. And number 10 is, while doing research for these tips, I came across a tip that's interesting. One tip is to get dressed up in the morning like you're going to work, take a walk around the block or down the street, and then come in and go directly to your home office. This might stimulate your brain to get into gear to do some work, and you get your exercise before you even start the day. So that's all the tips that I have, so I'm sure the panel will have something to say. So anybody have anything that they'd like to add?
I'd like to add here that I really like that last tip that you said about getting dressed and well, I don't know about the walk thing, but maybe not.
Right.
But getting up and getting ready, just like you're getting ready for a job, it's important to do that when you've got a day that you're working in your office on your business. you need to get up and start your day
Mm-hmm.
the right way. And I like doing that. I'm much more productive when I do that, for sure, for sure.
Oh,
Good
that's
tips. Really
Oh.
good tips, Catherine.
Oh, thank you. Anyone else?
But yeah, it's me. First of all, I'm laughing because I thought, well, if Carol and I tried to walk around the block, it would probably be about 18 miles.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get back till the afternoon. Well, evening, because we don't get up early. So, but I'm thinking of all these things, and I mean, this is great if that's all you're doing is working from home. But a lot of people that might be on here live with us right now, or we're watching a replay, have a job, and they're doing. And this is
Right.
like, how do you do this? You know, so prioritize that. One of those is huge. You know, that's a huge thing. And then, I mean, obviously, you can't completely tell your family go away. You know, especially when you were at a job all day. So, but you do got to balance that. You know, you do got to say, no, you know, if it's whoever it is, the husband, the wife, the man, the woman, whatever, whoever is in there, you know, whichever one's working the business at that point, the other one needs to go do dinner. You know, it's just
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? In some relationships, that doesn't happen always that way, especially if the other partner is totally against this, because some people just don't get it.
Right.
You know, especially if you're doing online stuff, they don't get it. So I see a lot of people get discouraged, thinking I don't have all this time, you know, and so you have to come into and look at those bite-sized things. Is it going to take you a little longer? Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah. But it doesn't mean it's that it's not possible. It doesn't mean that at all, you know. And you do not need to set those things. Like you need to set fun times, because otherwise you'll burn out, you know. But you don't need fun hours every day, okay? Like, find a way to have a good day every day, but you don't need hours and you don't need. You see, you know, for me, I mean, I got rid of TV years ago. It didn't even have nothing to do with any of this. I just realized this crap is poisoning my head. So, and it's just boring stuff. So, you know, but that, and I have no understanding of somebody that can work with a TV on. I can't read. I can't. I couldn't, as a kid, I couldn't do homework if I was in the room with the TV on. I know some kids do homework in front of a TV. I have no comprehension of that whatsoever. I'm very audio, and so if there's noise in the background, I'm very aware of it. So what happens to me is if I walk into a room and the TV is on, I start watching it. And I might even sit down. And as I'm watching it, this is what I say. This is the dumbest crap I've ever seen in my life. And I don't get up. It's like got me. It's like, you know. So it was like, no, I got to get rid of this crap, man, you know. And I will have the radio on, but we actually, you know, I'm in the boonies here. You don't really get a radio station, but or not a one I would listen to. So we actually subscribe to Sirius so that I can put on just music, you know, no lyrics. I don't really want lyrics. Because they'll throw me off. Lyrics will throw me off. I'll start singing. I'm doing what the hell I was doing, you know. So some of the songs do have lyrics, if that's okay. But I just can't have constant and like more like smooth jazz stuff I like, you know, although lately we've been listening to a channel that's a little older music. I'll start singing because I'll go, my mother used to sing this song all the time. But, you know, it really comes down to, you do have to know how you work. You know, when you were saying, what's your power hour? You maybe you only have a power 20 minutes, okay? If you can take advantage of that, you need to know how you work. And you need to be honest. You know, and if you're just starting out doing this, especially if you have a job, but whether you have a job or not, this is new if you're doing online stuff, all right? It's new. Or starting a business any which way, okay, from home, you know, and you have to get self-honest, and you have to give yourself leeway to learn, you know. So and you know, I mean, I'm sure I really identify when Michelle said I had all day yesterday and I didn't do nothing, and I feel like that on days like, what the hell did I do? I was in front of this computer all freaking day, but what the hell did I do, you know? So sometimes what you're really doing, and maybe you're not even calling it that, is you're kind of researching, and that is actually an important piece of online business. So I don't beat myself up anymore, all right? But if you want this to work, especially if you have a job and kids, all right? Jamie knows this. Well, a lot of you know this. You have kids. Jamie has a little one. But you're going to be tired some days, okay? You're going to work, and you're going to go to bed later than you normally did. But if you do now what most people won't do, okay, you'll live a life that most people won't live. You know, that's a cliche, but it's true. If you do now, if you lay the groundwork, if you build the foundation, in essence, if you get uncomfortable, and I just don't mean being tired, because there's a whole mind shift that goes on doing this, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, that's why what we have in front of us right here, is so important. Because if you have a community that you can lean on, and that, you know, when you finally say, you know, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? And then people, you know, they got you. They got your back because they've been there, done that. So you're really working with, you know, so if you're doing any of this stuff, you know, find a community. Online business, we work with a system. So a lot of the stuff, it doesn't get automatically done for us, but there's automation involved in it. So when you set it up, it's running for you. So then, is your business working when you're sleeping? Yes. And that is freaking cool when you realize, if you get up in the morning and you realize, oh, I got leads last night because the system was working for you. You know, but you first have to go through that setup process and get into a system and get into a community like this. So I didn't think I had anything to say. Apparently I did. Okay.
No, thanks, Ellie. You said a lot.
I'm going to piggyback on Ellie because she churned up some stuff for me. But Ellie, before I get into it, you do realize that those songs are an anchor for you, right?
They're an anchor for me. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. That's all. I just want to make sure. All right, I'm done. No, actually, you know, it's true. I do have a very little one, and busy versus productive is my problem. Busy, when I have a big chunk of time, I have a whole day, which only happens once a week, you know, maybe. I get so little done compared to when I have this compression of time. And so when we first started, I did this, I worked a full-time job, and we thought, oh, Kimberly can do it, she'll be home. You know, nursing an infant, doing everything, you know, and he's really, you know, not the kind of, he's really like a demanding kid, you know, he likes our attention. So forget those kids. I don't want to hear about quiet kids play by themselves, okay? So anyway, so I started to get involved when I realized that I needed to really step in. So I went to work at 5 a.m. So imagine the time I had to go to, I woke up. And then I came home, and the second I came home, she was like, here, baby, you know, because she was burnt. Then I'd grab the baby and take him out and do all kinds of things. And that went on from, like, let's say 3 o'clock in the afternoon until he went to bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. You know, and there's everything that happens in there. There's family time, there's dinner time, there's bath time, there's nighttime routines, there's cleaning up, there's taking care of the dogs. Oh, God, right? And then 8:30 at night, I'd sit down to work. And I thought, one day when I'm home, I won't, you know, it won't be this way. And I'm going to have this time. And I was so tired, and I'd work so late being, you know, 11 o'clock or midnight, which when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning or quarter to 4 in the morning, day after day, week after week, month after month, that you burn out. Like there's just nothing else. There's nothing left, right? So that had to give somewhere. So when the tables turned and I got to stay home, guess what time I sit down to work? 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night. We wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning now, and with the baby, and then baby day, and I might get 2 hours, or I might get an hour, or I might get 15 minutes where I try to jam stuff in. But for the most part, it's like busy work. It's really not that productive unless I know I really have something specific to do. That family interruption the struggle is real, okay? Because that 9 o'clock, there's no interruption. That might have been my power hour from the beginning. That might have been like 9. It seems like 9 to midnight I can really get most of my work done. So I didn't know that I had a power hour, but after I was like thinking about it, I thought, oh man, I'm an early person. I used to go to bed when it was still light outside, and not being ashamed of that at all. I was like, I don't care. It's 8 o'clock in the summertime, Now I'm up until people are like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to bed. Because you feel good, but that drive to stay up late, and that drive to wake up early, and no matter how tired you are, you're still excited to get it done. That starts to change when you see results in what you're doing. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter how it's like you wake up like this and you're like, oh, get in front of the computer, But I do. So I have a few days during the weekend that I swear I think at the end of the week I'm like, I'm just gonna take care of this on the weekend. I'm gonna have all this time. But again, my son's almost 3, so it's not a huge house, And that interruption, all I have to do is hear like, ah, and I'm like, what is it? So any focus I had is gone, and I'm down there. I got it, but it doesn't matter, right? Once it's still, I don't know, something happens, and then it's Jamie, and then the phone is ringing, and then Mama. It's like, oh my God, I need one of those tiny house things or some offices, because I swear we'd be millionaires if I could just focus for 10 to 15 minutes. And no, I can't tell my family to go away, because that's what I'm doing it for, That's what I'm doing it for. And all the time that I spend, not sleeping, though, I think sometimes, God, I'm glad I'm here and not out at one of those horrific, I'm sorry, I'm not, this is just me, for me, I'm glad I'm not out at one of those like hotel parties and things, because I used to do that and leave my son and miss his bedtime routine and just go out in the snow and the rain and the cold and all that for people who didn't show up, or things that were just, nothing really came of it. And so with that in mind, I think, all right, I'm glad to be home, at least not sleeping. And I can be here for him if he needs me, or with him. But yeah, my issue is definitely that being busy, because I can spend a lot of time sitting right here doing this. Oh, hi. Oh, Facebook. What? What's going off over here? Oh, did you read that in the news? And Kimberly goes, what the hell are you doing up there? You're supposed to be working. You have like 2 hours, So I really need to just, I think this talk has made me realize to abandon my entire day and focus on the 9 o'clock power hour. I think I'm just going to give, Kimberly, if you're watching this, please let me sleep in from now on, so that I can be more productive in the nighttime. Okay? Thank you. That's it.
Well, thank you, Jamie. That was great. That was good to go through that with you. So, anybody else have anything to say?
Hey, I do.
Hi. Sure.
Yeah, I guess the thing for me is like checking Facebook, all the time. I won't see who's posting what, or checking Twitter, and I need to stop that. That's basically what I need to do.
Or just set
Hey,
a
Ellie,
certain
have you
time.
seen Green Acres lately? Ellie, have you seen?
Have I what? Watched
Have you
Green
seen
Acres?
Green Acres lately?
No, I have to be singing it. No.
That's the song. That's the song. Okay, that's all I have.
Well, thanks, Julie. Okay, anybody else? I know we have others that want to talk.
Sure, I'll jump in. So when
Okay.
my son was born, I decided to stay home and become a transcriptionist. So I've been working at home for 20 years. And, with typing and stuff, not trying to run a business as well. But I never thought, Catherine, about the power hour, because I go to bed real late and get up real late too. So I'll type from like 11 a.m. to, if I'm lucky, 6 p.m. But from 11 to 3, I only get this much done in typing. But then from 3 to 5, boom, I've got like double. And so I never thought about the power hours before. So, and definitely scheduling my day before, I think would help me a lot, because I work 7 days a week. I rarely have a whole day that I can spend on the business. And weeks will pass, and I'll finally go, oh man, I just really need one day to really focus on the business. And dang it if I don't blow them every time. And, now that I'm learning how to prospect and stuff on Facebook, that takes up a lot of time. And then the problem has become the shiny marketing object. Oh, well, maybe Google Plus will be better. Let me learn that. So I blew 4 hours yesterday learning Google Plus, and I didn't come away with anything more, or learn nothing in 4 hours, which pissed me off. So, it's just focus. Just need to focus. Plan your day. I love that. Plan your day. I'm not a planner, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to be. So planning the day, keeping focus. And another good thing is, if you do work all day, whether you work at home or you work outside the home, you're tired, you don't have a lot of time that you can spend on your business at night. And so one of the good things that an old friend showed me was, if you do get several hours on a Saturday or Sunday or something, write a few blog posts ahead of time and just schedule them to release, so you're not writing a blog post at night. I sit there, if I have a Sunday afternoon, I'll do 5 videos. I'll pre-do them so that I don't have to rush and do it during the week. And that's one good thing I do.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, this was great, and it gave me a lot of really good ideas. So thank you, Catherine.
Oh, sure. Okay, and anybody else?
Yeah, let me jump in here.
Sure.
I'm going to address something that's a little bit different. I think we've talked about this before too. Somebody who has been who has had a job and been an employee for a lengthy period of time, coming into business is very different from a lot of different perspectives. And one is that you're used to having your time scheduled for you, and a lot of decisions are made for you. So you come into this and you have all this time, and it's like, well, now what the hell do I do with this? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do the other? And you have to make your decisions and set your priorities and make your schedule and what have you. And that's where I think it's important. And now I'm a person who I fight schedules. I fight scheduling myself all the time. But once in a while, I will do it. At night before I go to sleep, I'll write down what I want to do the next day, and what's the most important, what I want to get done for sure. And it does help, because when I wake up the the next. I was going to say in the morning. Well, maybe not. Yeah, whatever. But the next day, I know exactly where I want to go and what I want to do, and I would like very much to get in a habit of doing that more often. I think that would make me much more productive. And also, you brought me back to my childhood when you said about hanging out with people who are, let me see, what was the word you used?
Super
achievers. Right. Because I have an older brother, and I used to hang out with him a lot when I was a kid. And of course, he was better at everything that we did because he was older and knew how to do it. And he taught me a lot of stuff that he knew, like, sports and that kind of stuff. And I loved hanging out with him because he would teach me this stuff. And, he was always better than I was, and he'd always beat me and whatever. I didn't care. I just wanted to learn from him. So now, if I hang out with people that, not that I hang out with them, but, I would much prefer to be around people who know more than I do so that I can continue to learn from them. And I think that's why I'm almost addicted to trainings. I have to be very careful because I can spend a lot of time on trainings because I love to listen to what people have to say and what they can teach me. But that, again, can be very non-productive. So I guess the third point would be doing what they call income-producing activities, and I think they should be done every day. Again, should be. Do I do it every day? No. More often than not, usually. But that old, as Michelle just said, that old shiny ball syndrome too can grab me quicker than anything else with the the trainings and the whatever else that's going on. So yeah, I guess it all boils down to the scheduling. Really, that's the bottom line. And having your goal for the day, knowing what you're going to do to achieve that goal or those goals, however many you have, and prioritizing it, and then having that set up ahead of time, and then you just follow the plan. I'm going to put you on the spot here, Catherine.
Oh, gee.
Of these that you mentioned, or maybe there's something else besides these that you mentioned. What do you find that works best for you, or where you have your sore spots or whatever?
Well, I know that one of my sore spots is Facebook and going and looking at things that people post and not really doing work-related posts. So I have a habit of wasting time there. But I do make a schedule. I try to make a schedule at night to about the next day, but it doesn't always get followed, but that's just normal. And let's see, anything else? And I like the tip about the one where you can go out and you come back into your office and you act like you're really going to work, kind of. But I'm not going to get all dressed up for it, though. I mean, like get like high heels and all that. But it's kind of hard for me because I have dogs and they're everywhere. So, but I like to go out to a coffee shop and do work sometimes. I go to a different place to have a different environment. So, but I'm just glad that I'm at home, that I can work from home. That's my main thing since I have 2 boys, so it's good. But that's about it. But I really had fun researching the different tips because they have a lot of tips out there for entrepreneurs and people that are home business. So, well, thank you for asking my opinion. And anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, Julie was talking about, like, how the hell do you stop doing all of that, And I have a timer here, okay, and I will play with that, and realize, like, if you're going over to Facebook, you're only going there for this amount of time, and then you got to go back over here, and get this or this done. So, of course, then what happens is there are some days I go, oh shit, I forgot to use my time. But excuse me. You know, I mean, it really does come down to that, you know, and Jamie, you know, really said it. I think what happens to most people is you still don't have a focused idea of what you're doing, which is why you end up, you know, well, I'm counting me in this, okay? Well, you end up all over the place. You need a focused idea, you know, of what you're doing. So then you truly do have a plan, you know, whether it is I'm writing a blog post today or, you know, I'm setting up these things for Facebook. You know, as Michelle said, I'm actually not good at that, at doing several videos in a row, but I think that's fabulous. And I thought to myself, well, just get better at doing that. You know, I heard somebody teach once, get a theme every week. What's your theme? What are you talking about this week? Then you know what your videos are going to be about, what your content's going to be about, what blog post you're writing, however many, you know, some people write a lot, some people write one, but if you have the theme, then you know what you're doing. You know, and you can chunk that down. So when you do have 20 minutes, you can go, oh, you know what, I put some images together, I can go put them up on Facebook. You know, and I'm not a phone user. I'm not good. Carol makes fun of me because when I do it with my pinky. She thinks that's funny, but so you know, if you're good with the, you know, with the phone, my God, you could be out, you know, I don't know, waiting in the dentist's office, and if you had like 2 posts set up, you could plop them up there, you know, and get them in, and you can also schedule. Can you schedule on your personal profile?
No, I think it's only your page.
You can schedule on a page. So,
yeah.
You know, if you want to go over and put stuff up, you know, on your personal profile. But so it is really understanding, you know. And I was sitting here thinking, what the hell is my power hour? I don't know. I'm one of those people that do, you know, A, B, C, D, the alphabet, you know, I'm all over the place. Or I'm on super focus. Then you're not getting me out of this chair for hours. Nothing, all right? I don't care if things are crashing. Doesn't really matter. I'm here and I'm focused. You know, and it doesn't all get done. I stay up very late then. I get up the next day. I am back in the chair. I know it ran in my brain all night, okay, and I'm back in the chair doing it. I have huge super focus. There's a benefit, there's an advantage to that, and there's a disadvantage to that. But, you know, I just try to keep focusing on, there is a huge advantage to super focus. So I just try to keep, you know, actually there are days it's like, oh, if I could just super focus for 2 hours every day. But what happens is it's always a big thing I'm doing, okay? And so it's not going to be done in 2 hours. And then I'm like, no, I'm doing this. And that's it. I don't care if you're hungry. I don't care if the dogs have to, I don't care. I don't care that you have to go out. I don't care. Please don't get hurt, Carol. Stop bleeding because I have to leave you there until you bleed to death because I'm focused. So that's my 2 cents on all of this.
Well, thanks, Ellie.
Ellie, I want to say something. You jogged something. Oh no, I think it went away as fast as it came. No, I'm only kidding. Okay. When you were talking about like the TV and stuff before, I'm sorry, I don't know what you just said that got my brain going there. But when we say like, oh, we don't have time, you know, that kind of horse crap that we tell ourselves, we don't have time to build a business, we have enough time, we have. I don't know what happened when that shift happened for me where doing other things became not important. Like it's the 4th of July weekend, right? Everybody's going to barbecues and everybody's going to do this and that. I don't plan to do anything. I might go outside for a little bit. Again, I have a pool and I have a child, and if it's warm, we're going to be outside. But I'm not interested in going to anywhere. Right? I just want to do what I can do while I have the time to do it. I don't know if that makes sense, but Gary V. Crush It, that book. I'm telling you, like, one of my best, I love him. I love one of his quotes is like, you don't have any time, stop watching bleeping Lost, you know? Like, you know, really, if you really evaluated your time, you could move things around, right, you know? And that's it. I don't know what happened, Ellie, while you were talking. I should have just broke right in there. And but anyway, get that book, Gary V. Crush It. I'm on a roll with promoting Gary V today. I've told like 3 other people, hey, you need this book. So why don't you guys go get it too?
Well, thanks, Jamie. That was a nice intermission. Anybody else have anything to say before I close down? Sorry.
You know, Ellie, I think you said a mouthful there. At least it touches home with me. And I believe you and I have spoken about this. And that is, you said a system. Do we have a system? And yeah, you know, the night before, I can say, oh, I want to start a blog tomorrow. You know, if I finish it, fine. If I don't, that's all right. I'll finish it the next day. And I want to do a video tomorrow, and I want to do, you know, blah, blah, blah. I want to meet 10 new people on Facebook. And so that's, okay, so I set that up for the next day. But do I have an overall global vision of what I want for my business and where I want it to go and how I want it to get there? I've been working on that for a couple of years, and the answer is no, I still don't. I'm ashamed to say, but I don't. And it gets better, it gets closer, especially with this company that we're involved in now. A lot of the pieces to the puzzle are coming together, and I can see almost what the picture's supposed to be now. And at any rate, that's just something that I personally am taking responsibility for, and that I have to work on. And I don't know if that's anything anybody else relates to or not, but that's it.
Well, thank you very much, Carol. Did you hear Mark Harbert the other day when he said, build your business in 90-day increments, have a vision for every 90 days, and it'll go better that way instead of making a whole year's. Do it every 90 days, and then maybe it'll keep going. It'll get better. So I just thought
Yes, I did hear that, and that's a good point. And actually, he's the second person I've heard say that lately, and it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's good. I like to hear it because it just keeps refreshing it in my mind. Mm-hmm. It does make sense because it's a goal that's out there a ways, but yet not so far that you can't really see it and develop a plan to get there. So yeah, thanks for throwing that out again.
Oh, sure. Anybody else have anything, or otherwise I'll close it down. Okay, well, I guess that for people that are not on our team but are interested in what we do, there's a button down below in the comment sections to find out what we do, and if go back to the person who invited you. They can tell you more about the business that we run and our wonderful team, and we're getting new members all the time. I mean, not all the time, but we're getting new members quite often, so it's a good team, and I love it, and they're all very supportive. So if you want to know more about it, then just push the button or get back to the person who invited you. But now I'm going to turn it off, and we're going to have our own little team meeting and mastermind, so I'm excited about that too. So anyway, I'm going to close it down now. So bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.